The Coin Lady channel is pleased to have you back. The next few years should bring tremendous expansion and the tokenization of value on the blockchain, my friends. The genuine potential for expansion is laid up in this piece. The public blockchain tokenized asset market has the potential to reach $16 trillion. Claims Ripple very sensible move, Lux VP. This is a massive opportunity. We examine the actions of Ripples in the context of payments. That is crucial. It's likely that you should target that area first. However, it's not an easy one. In order to function, you need liquidity in all the corridors at all times. We won't have many obstacles to provide the clear norms and regulations that banks and other institutions desire. Many institutions are now on board with the idea of using blockchain technology to tokenize real-world assets or determine who pays. There are several regulatory hurdles for us. Even though we have no dealings with the SEC or securities, this might be a very fruitful area for expansion. The story cites a flurry of activity among banks, asset managers, and institutional investors as they rush to put financial assets on-chain in a market worth an estimated $16 trillion. The concept of financial assets that are tokenized and stored on public blockchains has gained traction among traditional financial organizations. In Washington state, stablecoins have been one of the most successful cryptocurrencies, leading to widespread use in the real world. Take a look at the most valuable cryptocurrencies. Many of them are stable coins that tokenize traditional money. Moving on to precious metals will just cause that to grow even further. Despite the fact that stocks are securities, maybe we will have them eventually. Having real-time settlement and faultless tracking is certainly a possibility. With the correct technology, it has the potential to significantly improve securities trading. Along with a plethora of other assets, including real estate interests, this will be monumental. The XRP ledger was designed from the start to facilitate this very concept, the idea of deriving value from the physical world. Chris Larsen originally laid the groundwork for the XRP ledger in interviews that you should listen to again. Yes, they were enthusiastic about XRP, the mathematically based currency that is valuable on its own and cannot be debased. However, the capacity to transfer value from the actual world to the network was much more important. They were really forward-thinking when they developed this system. It seems like the world is finally starting to catch up with us here. Now that blockchain technology has gone beyond the hype and into practical applications, a paradigm change is beginning. The future of tokenized markets is about to unfold, with estimates placing their pin value at $16 trillion. This is 8 times larger than the current market capitalization of the whole Bitcoin sector. The potential for expansion here is enormous. Oh, and it's mutually beneficial. We can observe their current actions, integrating DeFi into the network to provide liquidity, which can be used for both payments and the exchange of RW methods. Everything will fall into place. This industry is massive. To top it all off, I'm relieved that Ripple has begun to refocus on payments alone. That is crucial. You should keep working on that. In the next piece, we will examine that. However, that is not all the XRP ledger is capable of. In fact, there are a plethora of applications in the real world that might benefit from its utilization. What we're witnessing here is exactly that. Ripple, a roadmap for the next 3 years, is the title of the next article. According to Brad, our performance in the international market has been outstanding. Why don't they just go, is a common response. Listen, when you're attempting to do anything on the same magnitude as Ripple, you can't afford to ignore certain regions of the world if you want to achieve worldwide coverage. Indeed, America. Even though it's expensive and a pain to deal with now, it will be worthwhile in the end. Furthermore, for a blockchain of the scale and scope of the XRP ledger to be successful, it must be adopted on a global scale. You know, Global systems and payments just don't work. Even if it's not everything, a large portion of the world is a market you should be aware of. On top of that, they will be a formidable opponent in this arena. Simply put, once those laws are fine-tuned, they will have a foothold in this market, and will be able to expand abroad. Therefore, we aren't idly awaiting that day, we're actively working toward it. Ripple. In spite of regulatory hurdles in the US, CEO Brad Garlinghouse stresses the firm's dedication to international growth. You can achieve success in this challenging market by focusing on building out your systems and liquidity. The rest will follow suit, no problem.
If the firm's trial against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is successful, it might propel the firm forward. Mammoth decision. If more courts and judges keep rendering consistent findings, the idea that XRP is not a security will spread across the cryptocurrency market. The verdict was legal, so I believe we will follow it. We will continue to expand, even if the U.S. market has been reluctant to adapt due in part to regulatory concerns. In contrast, the non-U.S. market has been incredibly robust, according to Brad Garlinghouse, who made the following statements on the current state of affairs. We see a tremendous opportunity. As far as Ripple and XRP are concerned, it's going to be fantastic. Thus, I am filled with optimism. My liquidity spends just as well as Bank of America's, maybe not quite as much, but there are many of me, and I'm ecstatic that the infrastructure is being put in place for the XRP ledger to be used by everyday people. We're talking about DeFi, AMB bridges, and tokenizing assets. It's massive, and the fact that other blockchains can profit from it at the moment irritates me greatly. I believe we can make a significant leap and compete there. The XRP ledger has many useful features that Atlas can take advantage of. And then we'll add what most people lack, a massive institution with the resources to expand out all these services, on top of that. Plus, there will be a plethora of intriguing developments occurring simultaneously inside the XRP ecosystem. Great things that actually do are what I seek out. Looking at the market as a whole, it seems quite flat today, doesn't it? Break-even is the main concept that I observe in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. I was expecting a more substantial rebound and further improvement after the Middle East situation stabilized, so we can hopefully put this crisis to rest for the time being and avoid further escalation. However, we still have this coming weekend, and it will be a long wait over the next few weeks to see if anything flares up. A halving of Bitcoin's value is imminent. Since you are reducing supply at a time when demand is increasing, it does affect Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, as I have already mentioned. Things don't always have to unfold in this manner, just because they always have in the past. However, there is a small rule of thumb that applies once the thrilling event has concluded. It will take some time for that reduction in supplies to become noticeable. Beyond that, there is unrest among miners, because their output is not commensurate with the quantity of Bitcoin they are creating. If the price doesn't respond soon, businesses may fail, individuals may give in, and will hit what is usually considered a summer low after that. This time around, things could be completely different. I'm simply stating that based on what we've seen in the past, we'll see how it develops from here. To be honest, I can't make up my mind. The video ends there. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Coming up shortly, farewell.